20 years. So yes, you did that math correctly. That means I did get married at the age of 20. Fitness has been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember, literally like all through school, graduating. But as a young mother is when it really started kind of hitting home how much I needed those 30 minutes of exercise to feel good. So at that time, my husband had a job where he wasn't home a whole lot throughout the day, evening time. So I was helping, with all the childcare. And for me, as long as I was getting either my 30 minutes in very early in the morning, sometimes it was very late at night, but it made me better able to deal with the stresses of normal life. So that is kind of how it got started for me. I knew it made me feel better. But a couple of years ago, I just really started feeling like a calling that is something that I wanted to be able to help other people, especially busy moms, like learn how to change their lifestyle to know that they can also have, health and fitness as well as these other things in your life. They can kind of coexist. So I did a complete career change, and I went and got certified as a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, and a group fitness instructor. And I'm actually currently taking human hormone classes, and I'll graduate from that in March of 2025. I'm super excited about that, to add that to my programs and what I have to offer. I'm learning so much how everything is all interconnected and how hormones and stress play a huge part of our life. So that's kind of like me, how I guess explaining who I am individually, but why, positive health and fitness. So when I was starting my brand, I knew that I wanted positive in the name because for one thing, I'm a very positive person. That's just kind of my personality. But secondly, if you're going to be changing, your lifestyle, you really need to hit it in like a positive outlook. So what I mean by that is, negativity is very bad, like on your body as a whole. So when you're putting yourself down when it's coming to fitness and wellness, it's really not doing yourself or your body any good. So like, for example, for that, say it was your birthday and you ate, a whole big piece of chocolate cake, right? So then you're telling yourself, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 6 days this week. I'm going to work out for an hour long and bust my butt for, eating that piece of cake. So that's like a negative approach, to fitness. What I'm trying to change that to is more of a positive outlook. So I want you to think more about, hey, I'm going to go to the gym, this week. I'm going to work out for 30 minutes. I'm going to move my body, lift some weights, do some strength training because it's going to make me feel good. It's going to help my bone density and overall make me, a fitter, live longer person. So that's kind of how, you're changing it to more of a positive aspect. Working out and going to the gym should never ever be considered punishment for either how you look or what you ate. It's honestly a blessing if you are a person who has the ability to get up and move and work out. So that's what you need to think of it as, that you're able and well to work out. So, it's a privilege to do that. So that's how I think of positive thinking towards like the actual fitness part of it, working out. Now take, for instance, nutrition. Another negative way people do, they look at themselves in the mirror and they think, oh my gosh, I look so fat today. I need to lose 40 pounds. So I'm going to go on a very calorie restrictive diet and eat 1,200 calories. Are you going to drop weight? Probably, at least right away. But that's never sustainable, throughout life. So then you get a lot of those yo-yo diets. You're going up and down. And you're not getting to a nice, steady, healthy, sustainable weight. So how I want to think more positively about that is that we're going to change how you're eating to more whole, healthy foods. We're really going to push that protein. So if you think about eating that protein first, and then you're filling your other foods in, you're gradually going to be kind of pushing out those sugary, processed foods, and you're going to start feeling better. You're gonna start dropping weight while you're pushing the protein. Also good, exercise program. My programs are looking at, the complete wellness of someone, not just, one aspect. You have to have that whole circle. So that is how we're gonna think about changing to more, a positive outlook on eating. You're thinking of food as fuel for your body, not just, I'm going to eat bare minimums here to get by because that's actually worse for your body. Now for my why. What is my why? So for me, obviously helping people get to the point where they feel they are living a healthy lifestyle is very, very important to me. It brings me so much joy to help someone realize, the just little steps they need to take. And sometimes it's very, very small changes to get them feeling and looking better. I love when I have a client who says, hey, I went shopping and I was able to find a smaller dress size, or I was playing with my kids. I had all the energy to play with them. I didn't tell them, mommy's too tired tonight. Or they went and able to go put on a pair of jeans that they haven't put on for years. It's such a great feeling when they tell me that, and it really does bring me joy. And obviously, like I said, my 3 girls, 2 of them being teenage age right now, they're very, very at an impressionable age. So to me, I want to be a role model for them where they can see what it's like to have a healthy relationship with food and fitness. Because, if I'm being honest, I wasn't always that way in high school. So, we're going to go there because, this is kind of part of who I am. But people who only know me, very well knew that very early part of high school, I actually had an eating disorder. It was, honestly, it's very hard to honestly talk about that, admit that, because as a fitness professional now, it almost makes you feel almost like embarrassed, ashamed, but it shouldn't, because, that's part of me. That's who got me to where I am today. But it's a very, very hard struggle to go through. So just to describe it just shortly here, I, started high school. High school can be hard, there's lots more stresses, and food was something that I could control. I couldn't control what was going on and in kind of home life or how people were treating me, you can't control it, but I could choose, what I was eating. And you start losing a little bit of weight, you get all those good compliments, oh, you're looking good, and then you just keep going and going until it's at an unhealthy level. So even for me, honestly, I was telling my family, my doctor, that, oh, I'm just, I'm exercising more, I'm running, I tried track that year, and, I'm eating healthy, so the weight's just falling off. But in all actuality, I was very, very severely restricting my calories. When I was having supper, I would be, okay, I can have 9 grapes that day, and that's, or, for supper with my food, and that's it, or when I'm pouring my cereal in the morning, my little rice check squares, putting them in my bowl, how many can I put in there, and then kind of continually restricting more and more. So, very unhealthy, but to me, that was something I could control. I literally got down to only 92 pounds, which I am a petite person, but that's very unhealthy weight for me. To put it in perspective, I weigh more than 30 pounds more than that, and I'm at a very healthy weight right now. But my body basically went into amenorrhea. So I basically did not have a menstrual cycle for 9 whole months. So that really means that my body went into a starvation mode. It stopped the menstruation cycle because it needed everything it could just to keep, my lungs, my heart, my liver working. And that's a very, very hard thing to get through and past. And that's why it's so, so important to me to try to show women, young women, to what it's like to see a whole perspective of life, and that, you should be happy with your curves, your muscles. That is, that's what makes you healthy. We want to think more and show women not so much what they're seeing on Instagram, or TikTok, whatever, but you want to have that healthy relationship overall. And I feel because I have experienced, both sides, I'm very much at a healthy part right now. But I know what it's like to struggle and what that is mentally, emotionally, physically. I feel like I have the ability to help women, kind of get past that. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. I'm going to be doing some videos like this that are going to be hitting on nutrition topics, fitness topics, and overall wellness topics. So be sure to subscribe below so you don't miss those, and stay tuned.